All right, we got Chelsea here. Now, this is quite an interesting character. This is, I think, the first of her kind. This is the support character that does not heal. She doesn't freeze enemies, but she instead is going to increase resource by 200 with a very slow action speed. Now, when I first saw this, I was like, oh, this is so trash, bro. This is such a garbage character. Because I didn't think resource was that crazy, and I also was looking at the very slow action speed. I was thinking we're talking about like extremely slow action speed. Like we have three support characters that only activate every like 10 seconds, even on 2x speed. But this character activates quite fast actually. I don't know why it says very slow action speed. She activates like every 3 seconds with 200 resource. Now I think there's a lot of value there. Resource, if you don't know, increasing resource level on your character is going to increase their stats. Now she does also have her other skills, which is kind of the most important part. If she doesn't have good skills to go alongside that, there really could be a problem. But if you do get her maxed, she is incredible. I mean, look at that. All ally action speed, 30% increase. Action speed, increasing it by even like 5% is quite a bit. So 30%, that is incredible. That's quite considerable. So she's definitely made on to go on offensive teams that try to kill the enemy as fast as possible. By increasing resource level on your offensive characters, they're going to be able to kill the enemies much quicker. Their action speed increase will allow them to attack much more frequently. And she's also a very low resource cost character herself, so she's easy to get sent out as a character right as soon as the battle begins. The issue, in my opinion, here is skill 2. I don't think this is good. I mean, 4.8% HP for all of your allies whenever they attack. So this is quite interesting because it's dependent on how fast your action speed of your allies are. So she kind of, how good her healing is, depends on who you're building the team around her with. The issue is 4.8% with 10 duplicates is so bad. I mean, because if you take a look here at her with 0 duplicates, which is gonna be most people, no one's gonna pull duplicates for her, right? Yes, her action speed is still 20%. I mean 10% increase, which is still great. But she only gets 1.6% healing to all allies when they hit an attack. So I don't think this is too good. Now, the question here is, when they say all allies attack hits, do they mean if a character hits an attack, they heal themselves by 1.6, or they heal the entire team by 1.6? I'm pretty sure, based on how I've seen this work, it's only to the ally, to the character themselves. So if I have a character with a very slow action speed, like Lock On Stanley, he only attacks every like 15 seconds, right? He's only going to get 1.6% HP every 15 seconds. It's not like the other allies' attacks are going to heal him. So I don't think this is too good. I've seen this on characters like Matsukaze. As a tank, that is an incredible effect to have on him. But as a support character, that's the only healing you're getting. It's a bit questionable. If you are running her, you might want to run an incredible healing tank alongside her. Someone like Fashion World Suika, who has a lot of healing, but she increases her own action speed by like 50%. A character like that would go incredibly with Chelsea. But as of right now, as a new player, I don't think Chelsea has great value. Now, I do have an extra account with her on, so we can take a look at her action speed and also her animation, so you guys can see. Of course, this is Chelsea's first appearance in Battlecraft. No voice yet. None of the Season 4 characters have voice. Not even Zeno or Stanley, unfortunately. Hopefully we see that in a recent update, and we can enjoy the voices for these characters. She also has a leader skill to heal, so I mean, if you really are only running her as your support character, then you might want to run her as your leader so that you get some form of healing. Okay, so here we got Chelsea. On a new account, as I said before, I don't think she's that good, but in this event in particular, I think she's incredible. This event is definitely caters towards more like experienced players because of how much offensive power is needed to actually beat it properly and actually get a good score. Chelsea definitely is the best support character when it comes to helping with offense, or that I know of at least. So she's definitely interesting as a new player though. Don't recommend rerolling for her. Go for Kaseki. Although if you can, just reroll for both of them since they're both out right now. Although you might want to wait for the season 4 Tsukasa, which will have his revival banner very, very soon. He'll be a great offensive character to go alongside Kaseki. So you might want to wait for that. But anyways, let's take Chelsea into battle. And of course, we have to bring some form of offensive character. Okay, there we have Homura. So we're just going to see here. So Chelsea, her sprite looks pretty good. And as you can see, her attack animation. And look at her action speed. I mean, that was like 2 seconds between. And 200 resource that often. That is incredibly helpful. Especially like getting your troops as powerful as possible early on. Which can take quite a long time. Especially on auto battles. Since for some reason the auto will still level up the resource of your support characters. Even though it does nothing for them. So getting Chelsea, increasing your resource so often, I definitely think can be incredibly helpful. But if we just take a look here, I'll actually run 2 characters. We can run both of these Homuras. What I'm going to do is I'm going to try and see if when one Homura attacks, the other one also gets a buff. Well, I guess the best way to do this would be to run someone with a slow action speed like Tsukasa. And then if I see his HP going up after Homura attacks, then I mean, this is not a good piece of content to test it out against. This is very easy. Let's go up against the crystal stage. Why not? I don't even know if we can beat this, but let's see. Okay, Homura. Nah, I'm not seeing. I didn't see any HP increase for Tsukasa. Yeah, I mean, imagine dying against the lowest difficulty on the rank up item stage. Anyways, yeah, I think her sprite's pretty cool. I like her action speed. I think she definitely has her role. She's quite unique, definitely one of a kind. So if you are someone who is later, at a later stage in the game, you have a lot of offensive characters, then this character will complement them incredibly well. So I think, yeah, she's definitely worth going for. And then we also have a very unique tank as well as from the event rewards, which is the new Joel. I will talk about him in a separate video alongside his ranking event, but he's a freeze type support character. So as far as I know from all the characters I've seen, there's 3 types of support characters. There's freeze opponents, there's healing HP for allies, and then now we have Chelsea introducing resource buffs. So Joel is definitely going to be your best freeze type support character in the game. But as I said, I will talk about him in a separate video. I mean, just look at that skill 1. It's so much better than Chelsea's, and it's much easier to get maxed. It's way easier to get a top 10 in a ranking event than pull 11 copies of a character to max them out. Just saying. It also requires much less gems. But anyways, yeah, very interesting skill too as well. Him with Matsukaze, incredible. I'll see you guys in the next one where we discuss this guy and we go through the ranking event, your best teams to run, especially as a new player, as a mid-game player, and as an end-game player. So guys, in that video, make sure to like, subscribe, comment your thoughts on Chelsea, and are you playing this new ranking event? Are you struggling with it? I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace, and I'm out.